here at this lake next to an airport, and I'm trying to catch catfish and trout at the same time. My name is Carter, and you're watching Outdoor Science.
Can I just do a medium ice smooth 7?
Here's that for you.
Thank you. That's a bald eagle. let's try this again.
Well, it's a beautiful day. It's about 60 degrees now, and it's been below freezing for probably about a week. It even dipped into the negatives. It's about -5 for 24 hours. But it's been sunny, so I'm a little surprised that most of the lake over there, and most of the south side back over there, is still frozen. But the north side is pretty much all thawed, because I really thought that this was the shallow end. I thought that they made this about 6 feet deep all throughout, and the other side of the lake is more like 10 feet deep. So it's a little bit interesting, but it's also good because this is where I planned on fishing. There's one person in a spot that I wanted to go to, but it's pretty much all the same thing. I kind of brought everything, so I'm equipped for catfish, trout, and bass, just in case anything bites, because since it is the first day of spring, pretty much like the first day of warmer water, it's really windy, so it's tough. I'm gonna try to fish for pretty much everything. Let's see how it goes. Alright, well, the catfish rod soaks. I'm going to kind of watch it, and it's acting a lot like surf fishing, where the rod kind of bounces a little bit, so I'm going to have to watch that carefully for it to really go down. In the meantime, I'm going to try to fish for trout first, so I'm going to go with a small little rooster tail, see how that goes.
All right, there we go. It's just gonna be super hard to cast. Oh, there we go. Almost right away. Nice little guy. Almost right away. All right, let's try that again. So I'm just using this little 64th ounce jig head with the chartreuse little worm on it. And I can't really cast this far, so I literally just tossed it like 10 feet out in front of me. I kind of have to cast low to get it under the wind. So I didn't go very far. I'll kind of flip my bail, just kind of let it hit the bottom. I'm just gonna kind of bounce it. I don't really have any split shot on me, which is unfortunate. I could cast it farther.
Well, it's been 15 minutes. I caught that one trout, so I'm gonna move my catfish rod, my bait, check it to see if there's been any nibbles. It's covered in grass, and then I'm gonna cast somewhere different, just maybe a little bit over. I'll probably recast this 2 or 3 more times, and then I'm gonna move over to another dock, just to see what happens. I'm gonna try to stay pretty mobile. All right, so I casted that out a little bit more to the right. I was over there, and a little bit farther. Maybe it's deeper out there, I don't know. I would think that the catfish, really all the fish, would want to be a little bit more shallow today because it's the warmest day we've had. But considering the lake is still half frozen, who knows? I really don't know what I'm talking about, honestly. I'm just trying to figure it out. Alright, I'm going to swap over to Ned rig, just to see if the bass are biting. We've had luck with this in the past. I've caught a couple of fish on this, a really big bluegill and a couple bass. So, we'll see what happens. Alright, I'm going to move spots. Nothing was happening over here, and the wind is making it really hard to cast, so I think I'm going to move over there, closer to the ice. I think I want to try to fish that transition zone between the ice and the thawed water. It's a beautiful day, and I already caught a fish, so I'm not skunked, so not too bad. As soon as I got over to this spot, all the ice started moving from where it was over there all the way over here. So it kind of covered up the place that I wanted to throw my bait. I think I'm going to move a little bit farther down to where the ice was, but has moved away from. Downside of this spot is I can't really fish for anything else because there's still ice all along the bank. I kind of just cast it out just past the ice line with my cut bait, so we'll see what happens.
I don't think you can really see it, but right there, right just past the ice, there's a dead fish floating there, and I can't tell what it is. It looks too fat to be a trout, but I'm gonna grab my spoon and grab this and see if I can snag it.
All right, that was pretty sweet. That was my first ever catfish, and it hit it really, I mean, it looked like the wind. It was really a soft hit. The guy over there wants to steal my fish. So it's still really windy, and the ice is pretty much broken up behind me, so I'm going to swap over to using this Chartreuse Roadrunner almost purely for casting distance. I have some white and black bucktails that I also might throw. I'm just going to target some bass now. Jig these really, really slow. So I'm back in the general vicinity where I caught that first catfish. Only catfish I've ever caught here, actually. And I've caught several trout here, so I think I'm going to prioritize a good catfish spot over a good trout spot. I don't think I'm going to be able to catch any trout over here. I'm going to go ahead and try, but there's just lots of weeds up here. The wind is blowing towards me, so it's going to be really hard to cast, but I'd rather catch a catfish. And I put a new piece of bait on that's a little bit bigger, so maybe I'll get a little bit bigger of a catfish, but who knows, that might just mean I'm not going to catch anything else. But it's still really cool to catch both trout and catfish in the same lake, especially in Arkansas. So I've been in this spot for about 2 hours now. I've just kind of thrown to different spots out here. I think there's a big, deep pool right over there. And then it gets a little bit shallower on either side. I've been throwing bait all across there and at different distances and just trying to get a bite. I really appreciate it if you could like, subscribe, share my video, and leave a comment for what you'd like me to do next, because I just want to keep doing these things. It really makes me happy to be out here. Even if I've only caught 2 fish in 5 hours, it's a beautiful day. And I've learned that there are catfish right here. So it's been a good day.